I was actually kind of nervous because my manager was like, "Yeah, you need to let her listen to it. Let's do it, like, whatever." So I was like, "She's like, I'll walk in there with you. Come on." So put it in, and she hit. She listened to it or whatever, and she was like, "Oh, okay." That's when you play like vinyl, and then you get that little like we call it chicken grease, that crackling when you play it. So that's what it sounds like.
If you've never had to do that with a cassette tape, you missed out on some things.
I had to drive all the way back home, and the party started late. I said, never again.
Truth in the air, let it speak.
Welcome back to another episode of Creative Roots Podcast, where seeds sown become visions grown. I'm Tay. I'm the host because I've been told that I need to keep letting y'all know who I am after I told y'all I wasn't. Listen, we got another special episode today because as y'all can see, crisscross applesauce. I only get like this when I'm real comfortable with the person, right? This episode, we have... I don't even know how to do this introduction. I've known this man my whole life, literally since before I knew what life was, right? This man has been one of the sole father figures in my life. And we only 9 years apart, so let that sink in.
Right.
This man has been my first music artist. He's been one of the few people that put me on music. Go back to the first episode. You know what I'm talking about. We're going to talk about that too. One of the first people that planted that seed for me in the creative space, right? And I told y'all, don't call me asking me about certain things when I tell y'all, because I told y'all I wasn't going to tell y'all about certain people that I know. But listen, this episode, y'all, we have my uncle, DJ Kue One.
It's funny you did that. Excuse me. The only reason I say that is because my manager's mother, may she rest in peace, she used to do that all the time, every time she would come to the station. And she would just say it. It was like, yeah, Kue One. So, yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So listen, let's introduce yourself to the people that don't know. I mean, you ain't got to say what station you on unless you want to, but I think it's prevalent.
I mean, it's, DJ Kue One, spelled with a K, not with a Q. KUEONE. And I'm on V101.9 every day, pretty much 12 to 1. 12, 20 to 1.
Yeah.
So, but, in a one-trick pony, I do it all.
You said it a who?
I said I'm not a one-trick pony. I do it all.
Yeah, man.
I just get to play the music that I actually like.
That part, because I just have to play whatever. I know that. Yeah, that's like when we do pictures and videos. It's like, so that's all you want,
right?
No creative range. Okay.
Yeah.
So, like I said, my uncle.
Yeah.
No, we can't get y'all tickets to whatever event. So don't send me no messages. Don't send him no messages. I talked to your nephew. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you did not. Because I would have told you not to call him. So,
well, I don't answer calls anyway, so it don't even matter.
See, don't send him no DMs either.
Nah, because I feel like, yeah, no.
So, to put a little bit more to the backstory, the episode Arabian Mayari, because she don't care about telling people, that's her dad too. So yeah, man, we all in the family, If you have not seen it, I did a photo shoot, a magazine called A Family Locked. And of course he's in the book. I gotta have my uncle, because we long hair don't care,
we locked in.
You said what?
We locked in.
Yeah, we locked in. A whole family locked in together. We would invite Shamar, but y'all already know what's going on there. Shots fired. So listen, you have been, like I said on one of these episodes, I just remember, I can't even tell you how old I was, and I told you this story. You said you didn't remember, but being young and just hearing, because Shamar asked the question, what the first thing you remember, hearing F the Police by NWA.
Oh God.
Shamar still cracks up when he thinks about this. There's like, wait a minute. That was the first song I remember being played. And you kicked me straight out of the room because you thought I was singing the song.
Oh man, that was a long time ago.
What you trying to say? I mean, it was just like a couple years ago.
A couple.
Just a couple.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't remember that, but you say it happened.
Oh, it happened.
And
It happened.
So yeah, I mean, okay.
So listen, your love for music, because you're a DJ, your love for music. Let's go back. What was the first seed that was planted to get you into this creative space?
Well, it started with my daddy.
And he got a lot of records.
Yeah, he did. He did. I have some that wasn't like messed up or whatever, but so he used to have these get-togethers at the house, him and my mom, and
That's my grandma, by the way.
right. And he would play a little bit of everything, from Isaac Hayes to Kiss, AC/DC to Sly and the Family Stone. So anything in between. So that's why I got into it that way, because again, he used to have the little the component sets. So for people that don't know what a component set is,
Yeah, because I was about to ask.
It's all in one. So it was like a turntable on top.
Oh,
Then you have like the deck. Then you may have like an equalizer or something, and then a space to put like the albums, the vinyl or whatever. So he had two of those and had them together. And so that's how he would DJ a party. And his name was DJ Big Daddy.
come on, Uncle Walt. Come on.
So yeah, so that's how I got into a little of everything, not just soul, not just R&B, a little bit of everything, rock and roll, everything. So I came up on pop music, and then I got introduced to hip hop. But first hip hop tape was "Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back," Public Enemy, by one of my friends. And when he gave me that tape, like literally a tape, not
cassette.
Yeah, it wasn't no streaming back then. So
None.
But when he gave me that, man, I thought Chuck D was an old dude, rapping. I'm like, man, who grandfather is this rapping, man? But it was dope. I liked it. And I like that tape. I think I might have popped it. I played it so much.
Now, for those of y'all that don't know, if you pop a tape, you're going to buy another one, okay?
Well, not so much, because if you know what you're doing, you can just splice it back together. Because I used to do that too.
I'm just trying to remember how, like, if I ever had to splice it. I don't think I ever spliced it back together. I think once it came off and it would get twisted, I remember sitting there, literally, the tape, and having something like, I don't even know what it was, but it was something that I had on my finger. So I went like leave fingerprints.
Right.
And I would just pull, wind it up. As soon as it got to where it was crinkled up, you just force it straight.
Yeah.
You crinkle it up and you just follow it through. Listen, if you've never had to do that with a cassette tape,
yeah,
you missed out on some things.
Yeah.
You missed out on a lot.
Oh, it come unraveled inside the cassette player.
Yeah, and then you gotta get it through all them mechanical components.
Try to get it untangled. But, it was the good old days.
Fun times. And then we go from cassettes to CDs.
I hated them at the time.
What, CDs? CDs were kind of expensive when they came out too.
Yeah, they were. But I hated them. Because I had a lot of cassette tapes.
Yeah.
And when everybody like, oh man, you need to get a CD. I'm like, man, I ain't getting no CD. Then I got a disc changer. I had to start getting CDs.
Yeah. And I remember Mom had a 5-disc CD changer with the manual EQ. And thinking about that, I don't think I will ever forget this Radio Raheem boombox that you had. And man.
Which one? I had two.
I don't remember one. And I tried to hold on to that thing as long as I could. Listen, y'all, the volume button on this thing was stuck. It didn't matter how much up or down we moved this thing, it was stuck. So when you put a cassette tape in it or you just played the radio, you gonna hear it and you gonna feel it. Don't turn that thing on unless you're ready for a party. But I tried to hold on to that thing. I think I had to finally get rid of it maybe 5-10 years ago.
Was it black?
The black one. I think it was the black one with the red.
Yeah, I had a silver one too. That's when we lived over in Gridtown.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's where I heard
yeah.
my first song that I remember. Orange Street. I can say that because we don't stay over there no more.
Right.
But yeah, Orange Street. And I was like, yeah, don't play with my action figures, not dolls, action figures. Please don't hurt with Mr. Police. Mr. Policeman ain't do nothing. And they said, get out of my room. I was like, I ain't even say nothing. But man, I remember that dang that radio. I tried to hold on to it.
I didn't ever know where it went. I thought I threw it away. I didn't know you had it.
I had it.
Oh.
I had that and the Atari. Still have the Atari, the Nintendo 64, the Dreamcast. I still got all of that.
Okay.
Well, Dre got it, but
right.
Yeah. But yeah, they was like, ain't nobody using that. Can't nobody use that. Young ain't looking for it. I was like, but I don't want to.
I was looking for it, kind of, sort of.
I wish I'd have known. I'd have kept it.
Yeah.
And now that I'm thinking about it, that thing is like mounted in history.
Yeah.
Because they don't make them no more.
Not at all.
But the ones that they make now, they take Bluetooth.
Right.
That's not the same.
That's not.
That is not the same. And I know for switching the cassette to DVD was different because there's something about that analog sound that comes from that tape.
Right. It's the same thing with vinyl too.
Yeah.
You know, everything is like MP3s and, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the analog is just it's a different beast. But that's when you play like vinyl and then you get that little like we call it chicken grease, that crackling when you play it. So that's what it sounds like. But now everything is pristine somewhat.
Everything is done up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's nothing to when you put the needle on that record and like you said, it make that little sound. And then you knew you played that record too much when the needle would bounce up and down. Yeah, you'd be skipping. Now, if y'all don't know, vinyl can skip. It's not a good thing. Vinyl can skip. Y'all Spotify's don't skip. They might lose, quality, but they don't skip.
Well, you can put a quarter on the head and then,
Yeah.
But, now some of them come with like weights that you could put on the top of it instead of an actual coin.
Yeah.
So
your niece, I told you she got that record player.
Which one?
I can't remember.
No, which niece?
Zaria.
Oh, okay.
She was like, I want a record player. And I said, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What do you mean? She's like, yeah, I like the way records sound. So I'm like, whose records have you been listening to? And I told her about, how we had the record players in the house and stuff like that. And she was just like, oh, well, I want a record player. And I told her what you was saying about like the music sounds a lot better. Even though she's got like Apple Music,
right?
She will still take those records and play those compared to listening to them on Apple Music. So yeah. I guess music just runs in the family. It's just ingrained.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So Chuck D was the first hip hop tape.
Public Enemy, yep.
Well, yeah, Public Enemy. I'm saying Chuck D because I talk.
Gotcha.
But this Public Enemy tape, it took, how did that move for you with hip hop? Like, what was that move like mentally and things like that?
I mean, just being introduced to it, I was just like, what the world? Like, okay. It's just, I don't know, just connected with me. I just can't really put my finger on it, but it just connected. And so then I started from that point on, I would go, the guy that gave it to me, may he rest in peace too. He had a drawer full of tapes, no clothes. tapes, cassettes. And I just go in there and I just like I'm in like a record store or something, just going through and just looking, just hey man, can I borrow this? And so, and then that's how I got started doing the whole drawer thing with the cassettes and stuff like that. So I started then just going to get, cassettes.
Yeah, because I think you had a drawer like that, a drawer too.
Or 3 maybe. Well, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I remember I used to go in there and be like, he ain't gonna miss this. And next thing I know, where's Monte? And I'm like, huh? Same thing with CDs. So yeah, because you really played a major part into music for me. Okay. Granted, that was the first song I remember. Yeah. That don't mean that does not mean that was the first song he played. So don't go there. But that's the first inclination of hip hop I remember. I remember hearing that before, like Public Enemy or a Curtis Blow. Mm-hmm. I remember Digital Underground.
Okay.
I remember Arrested Development. So you didn't play just one style of hip hop. Right. So my question, I got another question. It's with everything that you've done leading up to being a DJ, what seeds have been planted for you? Like how has your support been, and how have people like poured into you as far as your being a DJ and then the love for music?
I mean, let me just say this, people like what they hear, and I'm happy about that. So when I started, I actually took a class, like a DJ class, and it was called the place was called With These Hands, and so I started with that, and how I became with that was we were doing like a DJ battle, and 2 of the stations was out there for that, and so they once I saw the guys up there, doing their thing, and there's just one particular person, once he got up there and actually won, and I was just like, oh, this is dope. Like I think I actually want to do this now. And so I signed up, and then off to the races. Every Sunday I was in class.
And I remember the competition because that was that was one of the very first events that I did photography for. And I still have those pictures.
Okay.
We're not going to share those.
No, we got to let me see them.
I can send them to you, but y'all won't get them pictures. Remember, we said that everybody starts from a different place. Mm-hmm. Them pictures, like Shamar says, just go ahead and get the first ones out the way. They're going to be ugly anyway. And some of them pictures, I said, boy, all these years later, I'm like, what was I thinking? I ain't know no better.
Right.
Like
you say, because I listened to some of my first mixes. I was like, oh, God.
Yeah, them mixes.
They sucked.
I guess this is one of those internal things. You sit there and you just like, you go back. I look at some of my very first videos and I'm like, they paid me to do that?
Right.
And they was okay with it? The graphics. And I'm like, that's just Times New Roman. That's a basic font. And they let me get away with that? Okay. It is what it is.
Right.
So coming from that, before DJing, because you said it was 2 radio stations at this event. Mm-hmm. Where were you before you started taking the DJ classes?
No, just working at the station. That was it.
Just working at the station.
That's it.
That's
doing my job. And then once that happened, and I was just kind of like looking around at all the people and how they was getting into it and stuff like that. I was like, I believe I can do this.
Yeah, and you can.
And I did.
And you did.
Yeah. And I just put it in my mind. Like I said, I got a short amount of time to get really, really good. And so, but went home, started practicing. Once, practicing what I was taught. And the more you practice, the better you get, of course. Mm-hmm. Because it's like muscle memory, And the one thing that they stressed and was like, know your music. And a lot of the stuff I knew, I knew the title of it, but I knew the song. And so I just stay up 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning practicing. Wouldn't go to bed, get up in the morning, do the same thing over again before I had to go to work or something, or then get home, right back at it,
Yep.
And so that's just how it is. And I mean, I kind of slacked off a little bit right now, but it's not because of being lazy, it's because I'm actually busy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but
and you do it.
Yeah, and I do it. So
you do it, for a living. This is your quote unquote day job.
Yeah, in a sense. So, and like I said, and then just getting on the radio, I didn't never think, because, I work at the radio station. I was just like, I'm not trying to be on the radio. It just kind of happened. And so a spot came open, and I was just like, man, I'm real nervous. So I did a mix and let the midday person at the time listen to it. I was actually kind of nervous because my manager was like, yeah, you need to let her listen to it. Let's do it, like, whatever. So I was like, she's like, I'll walk in there with you. Come on. So put it in, and she hit, she listened to it or whatever. And she was like, oh, okay. And then next thing I know, I'm on the air.
And boom, just like that.
Boom, just like that. And then I used to be on Power 2 nights out of the week and whatnot. So I was just all over the air. So
you hit on 2 things. 1, you got to practice.
Mm-hmm.
And 2, sometimes you just have to take that leap.
Oh, yeah, you got to. I mean, because if it's something that you want to do and you believe that you can do it, by all means, just go do it. It's either 2 things going to happen. Either you're going to fly or you're going to fall.
And to an extent that kind of depends on you. It depends on the person. Because, like you said, if you're not practicing, if you're not honing in on your gift or your creativity, and we say this a lot. We tell y'all a lot. Practice, practice, practice. You can't say, I want to be a photographer and don't take any pictures. You can't say, I want to be a videographer but not taking any videos. And people have excuses, and you kind of have to just get rid of the excuses. If you want to do it, you have a passion for it, you have to do it. Nobody can make you do it. We can help you along the way, but me personally, and I know from my uncle too, we're not going to drag you to do what you want to do.
Mm-mm.
We'd rather you say, hey, this is what I'm wanting to do. Can you help? Yes, we can help, but we're not going to do it for you. So stop being lazy. If this is something that you really want to do, you have to do it. And I'm getting off my preacher box because Shamar ain't here to stop me, so I'm gonna have to stop myself.
Get off your soapbox.
You said what?
Say get off your soapbox.
Yeah, I got to. But it's just one of those things that we hear a lot of people say, hey, I want to do this, I want to do that.
Right.
But that's it. They don't do anything. And, even for me, I say a lot of times I can sit here and complain about what I'm not doing, or I can shut up and get it done.
Right.
So shut up and get it done. Get off the phone, get off of social media, unless that's what you're pushing for. You have to be a producer more than you're being a consumer.
Social media. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like social media.
I mean,
but I have to be there.
I mean, me too. Like if I wasn't a DJ or whatnot, I don't even think I have a Facebook. Like I hate Facebook.
I don't like social media at all. And I have to post for the podcast, the studio, myself, the motorcycle channel, and now the gaming channel. Like I'm running 5 channels, and if I don't like doing that for just one on Instagram, now I have 5 to worry about. That's just Instagram. That's not going to Facebook and then going to TikTok. I don't want to do it.
Yeah, I had to get more acclimated with TikTok too, because I was just like, oh my God, this is a lot.
TikTok is a lot. I know certain things get more views on TikTok than it does on Instagram. And then another thing is I just don't like telling people like, hey, this is what I'm doing.
Right.
Follow my page, follow me on, Instagram, subscribe to the YouTube, because I know that some of those people are not my target audience. And, to get on the social media thing, that can hurt your stats, your analytics.
Right.
Because if you got 100 people subscribe and 60 of those people are just people that are only subscribed because you know them, but they never watch.
Right.
YouTube is not going to push that stuff out like that because, like, well, you got people that are subscribed that are not watching, and we're going to have to put you on the back burner. We'll put somebody else here. But yeah, we got to get on that social media train as much as I don't want to.
Oh yeah, got to.
I don't want to. So listen, being a DJ, I know you have to read the crowd.
Oh yeah.
When you go to these corporate events, you go to the birthday parties, talk about how these crowds are the same and different at the same time.
They're the same because they just want to hear good music. You know, they're different because every crowd is different. You know, sometimes they want to hear, you know, what they want to hear. And it's just, I don't know. It's kind of hard to really say, but they like especially at the corporate, I'll take a corporate crowd any day because all they want to do, you know, they're gonna want to do their speeches, and then they're gonna want to turn up, and then you know you just got to give them what they want. Maybe not so much as like a club crowd. Club crowd, you kind of have to pull teeth now,
right?
Because people don't really dance no more. You know,
all they do is this.
Yeah,
all they do is this. Okay, I'm getting off of that.
But I mean, and that's why I kind of, you know, and like right now, it's this whole line dance craze. I mean, it's cool, but you know, there's a lot of other stuff coming out too. The stuff that's been out, but you just got to go with the flow. Sometimes you can't play for you. You got to play for what the crowd wants. So if they want line dance, you got to give them line dance.
Yeah, it's the same thing when we do photography and videography. You know, it's like, yo, this would be a dope shot, but that's not part of your deliverables.
Right.
That client might say, hey, we just want headshots. You can't get creative with headshots in that space.
Right.
You know, they want you to capture the event, and it's like, is there anything specific that you want me to get? Some people are like, yeah, but most people are like, nothing specific. But then when they get that final video, they come to you and they're like, so did you get footage of this? What about that? And it's like, I mean, it didn't fit what you asked for.
Right.
You know, and even with the music, and I'm kind of glad Shamar's not here right now. Listen, Shamar, no, one of my biggest things is don't say you got it. And then I put this together, and then you're like, this is great. This is nice. Oh my gosh, we love it. But can you change the music?
Right.
No. Tay cannot change the music. Y'all don't understand the complexity of changing the music. The music is what we choose before we create the video. So you're basically telling us as videographers, I love the video, but this is not the video. Now I gotta go and create a new video. I'm getting off of that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get off of that because but so
that's just about just like if you're at a party and everybody's having a good time, and then you get this one person. You get this one person that's really not reading the room. Everybody's having fun, dancing, you know, cutting up, whatever. Oh man, can you play such and such? Then you have to sit there and think. And then it's like, dude or lady, like, it's not even where I'm at right now. Like tempo wise, like if I play that, you trying to make everybody like go to sleep or something. Like it's because it's a slower song, and it's like we're up here.
So we on Jeezy level, and you asking me to play Whitney Houston?
It happens. And then you just gotta tell them no, or you try to fit it in if you can, you know. But yeah, it's a pet peeve. Just like look around, like it's not just about you. Like everybody's having fun. Everybody's
this ain't
having
even
a good
your party.
Time. It's not. You here having fun just like everybody else. Go out there, have fun, and get a drink and try to get you something. You know? So
yeah. I'm gonna make a suggestion for all DJs. I think that y'all should just have a jar
They do.
and just call it requests,
Yeah, it was something to have a whole
but
like
make people pay.
sometimes.
Yeah, you want me to change this
Sometimes.
song? Yeah, you have to pay for that.
Yeah, sometimes they'll be like, oh, I can cash app you if you can play this song or whatever. And it'll be like, this doesn't fit with the crowd, right?
So
Okay.
we going from Dirty South, T.I., Jeezy,
Yep.
Trick Daddy, and you want me to come up in here and you want me to play Mariah Carey? Yo.
And depending on the song, like sometimes it'll fit. But like make sure it fits first.
It don't fit. Mentally, it don't fit.
It don't. It don't.
Mentally, it don't fit.
But it also depends. Like, again, every event is different. So if it's like an event where you're not trying to make people get out their seats and dance, then it's like, if it's like just a regular event, like a charity function, they just want like background music. Then okay. I got you. No big deal. I got you. But if it's like a party, you at a club, bar, lounge, whatever, and you're trying to get people to dance or whatever, then it's like, it's not where I'm at, bro. But, maybe at the end of the night, if you're still here, I got you. That's where I can get people out the door to go home.
Yeah. That's like, no, we don't have to deal with those things. I can't think of anything where we had to think how we had. No, the thing that gets me is all night I've been doing video, and then there's always that one person that's like, and I'm sitting there like, this is video. I'm doing video. Oh, hey, and I'm like, okay, thank you. Well, if you're gonna do it that way, do it like this, and that way I can actually capture something. But he taking the pictures, because I'm like, all this equipment, I'm carrying the camera like this, and you think this is okay?
Yeah,
we didn't see this camera flash all night, not one time.
They ain't looking at that.
They ain't looking at that,
not at all.
And that's something else about what we do. We have to, in a sense, fade to black, not be seen, but you're gonna know we're there,
right?
So for you, you stay in the back. You speak when you have to. You MC when you have to. Other than that, you just play. Like you say, you read the crowd. Like we have to read the crowd. If there's a group of people standing and talking, I have to run over there in a sense to capture that.
Right.
But if people are eating, that's my turn to eat too.
Right,
because I'm not gonna be,
exactly.
Sauce dripping all down people's face. You can't do people like that. Can't do people like that.
Right.
So DJing is where you reside. This DJing space. And I'm not saying it's just because you're my uncle, but you can put down some mixes.
I do what I can.
And you have those moments, and it's like, oh snap, I forgot about that song. Like you were mixing one day, and a couple days before, no, I think 2 days later, Daz Effects popped up on my playlist. Yeah. And I was like, I remember this song.
Right.
My uncle played this song.
A lot.
We listen, yeah. So I appreciate you taking me on a musical journey that is outside of radio, because I name people and people be like, who? If I'm like Camp Low, who? If I say Dirty, people like, who? And I'm like, y'all don't know any of these?
Nah.
Y'all barely know Master P now.
Right.
But if I'm like, I cannot remember who it was, Mr. Servon or Fiend.
Right.
They don't know those names. And I appreciate not keeping the music to yourself.
Right.
And not keeping it, just you can only listen to this.
Yeah.
Because I remember when you had that system in your car, we listened to everything. And I'm like, he really playing this? And I'm like, but it go hard though. Them speakers is just don't whoa. Them tweeters. all in my. I remember that. I don't know if you remember. I know you got to remember that because you was the one playing it.
I do.
and you know, for those that don't know, this is in the era where you could pop your radio face off. You press that button and you take the face of your radio and you put it in the case, drop it in your pocket. That way, nobody could steal it. But man,
making me feel old now.
yeah. Nowadays we don't have cassettes or CD players in the car.
Right.
So when I got my car, I was like, what am I supposed to? I mean, I don't use CDs. There's not even an aux cable in my car.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, I have to plug it up through USB.
Yeah.
And go straight to my phone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Android Auto and what's it called on iPhone? It's called something on Apple Play.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I ain't got no iPhone. Don't come for me.
I don't either.
Don't come for us. Got no iPhone. But yeah, I appreciate that because nothing was cookie cutter with the music.
Right.
It wasn't. And
back then you had a different variety and like nobody sounded like the same.
Nobody.
You know, everybody was different. Nowadays you got everybody sounding like everybody. And you just like
everybody crying. Everybody crying.
Or if they ain't crying, then they, you know, shooting up something or they got all these, you know, drugs and whatnot. You like, wow, okay.
Yeah, like you put that out?
Yeah, it's like you got another topic that you can talk about? Thank you.
Right.
You know, because back then, again, you had your trap stuff, you know, then you had your like your Kid and Plays. You know, then you had your militant, then you had the Public Enemies, and you know, then you had the feel good like Arrested Development. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you just everybody was different. You know, like you said, Master P, Mr. Ice Cream Man. You know what I mean? So everybody had their lane, and everybody didn't sound the same. So, but and it was just a different time. Then now it's like it's not even about the music, so to speak. It's just about the money. You know, they don't want longevity. Like that's why we're still playing stuff from the 90s and early 2000s because
the 90s.
Yeah. You know, and early, you know, 80s too, you know, because music was good. You know, now it's kind of just, you know, I don't know what it is now, to be honest.
And that's why even at the cookouts, we still go back to the 60s and 70s.
Exactly.
We still playing Smokey Robinson.
Right.
We still playing Harold Melvin.
Because it was a thought process behind the song. You know, their term was like a long-term goal, you know, to, you know, stand the test of time. Now it's just like, oh, I mean, just say these few little bars, make them rhyme a little bit, and it's going to be 2 minutes.
Yeah, and then start screaming and hollering on the track. and then from there, we're going to throw a couple of sound effects in here. And then, you know, I'm only going to spit 12 bars, no hook.
Yeah, and put some sound, like you said, sound effects and like some gunshots, and then there we go. Put this out.
Yeah, and I think that's why mumble rap did not work for our generation.
Well,
because like no, at least Migos was saying something.
Exactly.
You know,
exactly.
At least Migos was saying something. Bone Thugs and Harmony, Twister. I can hear what they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
I can't repeat it the way that they said it, but you know, there was a message. Like even with Bone Thugs and Harmony having the name and the stature, they had a lot of songs that spoke to the community.
Oh yeah,
and I don't think a lot of people caught on to that because they rap fast,
right?
You know, and then you have some people that spend 2.5 minutes and they're talking. We still in the intro? Like, is this the end of the song?
Yeah. I mean, that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Now. So, it just sucks for us because, you know, nobody's dancing like that. So, none of this new stuff you can really dance to. You know, you can twerk a little bit, but is that what you're going to do all night? Oh, okay.
And then you can pop your hands in the air like this a couple of times. But when that song go off, see, let me explain something to y'all. And y'all have seen this all over social media. When they play that song, and it's like doom, 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 doom. And you hear Cash Money taking over for the 99 and the 2000s. You know that dance floor is about to be full. Mm-hmm. It don't matter where you are. So those memes, those are real. If you hear hootie hoo, you know what it is. If you hear a song, a track starts out and it says, yeah, just be prepared.
The crunk era.
But now, y'all sit there like this and it bothers me. It ain't even a DJ. Like, what's wrong with y'all? Y'all can't dance? Like, I mean, we danced.
Yeah, people don't
We
dance no more.
moved.
I mean, you still got, like, even back then you had dances that you could do, you know, like Soldier Boy, you know, the crank that and all the rest of that stuff. So
Yeah.
the snap, you know, you had the snap era, you know, the franchise boys and you know, D4L, you know. And
Yeah.
but yeah, now you just stand around and look hard.
Hold up the wall with your skinny jeans on, fresh pair of J's, and I'm gonna get off of that too, because I can go all the way left, and Shamar ain't here to bring me back. So
But that's why I had to stop doing it. That's why I had to stop doing like team parties, because I was just like, yo, like y'all gonna stand around in a circle. Yeah, I got all these females over here, but y'all want to stand around with your boys? Okay.
nah, we ain't had that.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna get this one, you get that one, you get that one. Oh, you ain't going? Don't even worry about it. I'll take all three. I'm by myself.
Right.
Hey, let's dance. Hey girl, come here real quick. Let's hit this flow. But yeah, I mean, you know, when you have a passion for music and you see the direction that it's going in, you know, yeah, it'll really be like you're really in the space of what's going on.
Right. Yeah.
You know.
It's the music. It's the record companies. You know, they don't care
Yeah.
about the culture. You know what I mean? Like, that's why everything sounds like it does.
Yeah.
Because then these folks that are putting out stuff, they just want to get the money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they want a quick buck. You know, even if they are a one-hit wonder, they still want to just get out there, put it out, and floss. They don't want to learn the business side of it, you know, because that's why it's called, you know, music business. And you're banking on somebody else taking care of the business for you, and you don't know what's going on with your money.
Didn't read the contract.
Didn't read nothing, and then next thing you know, you upside down every which way but loose in the contract. And then you like, man, why I don't went diamond, and I don't have no money.
I only made $100K.
If that.
If that.
And they don't understand that. So yeah, it's people they don't want to do the work. They want the end result, but they don't want to start the journey and do the work to get to the end result. They just want to get to the end result.
That's similar to when people are like, I need to learn this, but don't want to actually I want this, but don't take the time to learn how to get there. And I tell people too, like, you have to know the business side. You know, even if you have that one trusted friend, y'all grew up together, you have that one person that's going to take care of the business, you need to know something.
Right.
You know, because if you go back and look at all these autobiography movies, these biopics, even the ones where they're just talking about, you know, being a music artist, a lot of times they have in those movies where the best friend has been taking money.
Yeah.
You know, in any way, shape, or form. So it's like, are y'all watching these?
Right.
You know, and if you are, take heed to that.
Right.
Because just because that's your homeboy don't mean he may or may not take something off the top. You know, he might skim, you know, whatever. He might be the one out here bootlegging your stuff. You know, it's kind of hard to bootleg now because ain't nobody buying CDs, you know. So another question, and this is probably the last one, right? Being on this journey, being a music head, because I can actually say that, being a music head, somebody that's been into music since forever, right? What seed would you plant for somebody else that's wanting to be a DJ or a creative in general?
Make sure that's what you really want to do. Because if you don't have a heart for it, it's not going to work. And it's a lot of early mornings, late nights, you know, just make sure it's a costly investment. Let me just say that too.
Yes. Yes.
Hey, because now it's like they're coming out with new technology. It seems like every other week. So, but you get what works for you and your budget at the time, but you still have to put back into yourself. Again, costly investment, and it's gonna cost you. Might cost you a little, might cost you a
Might
lot.
cost you a lot, but it's gonna cost you.
Exactly. Especially again, if you're dead serious about it, then it's gonna be worth it in the end.
Yeah.
You can't. A lot of times people get discouraged or whatever. You just got to keep pushing. Just like I know one time I was doing an event somewhere and nobody was dancing. I took that personal.
You saying they did what? And
They wasn't dancing.
Oh.
And so
Yeah.
I'm looking around like, dang, is it me? Like, but it's like, nah. But then I started hearing like other people talk about they've done events before and people wasn't dancing, but then they'll come up to you later on. Oh man, you killed it. Hell, I couldn't tell because you ain't.
Because I ain't seen
moved.
nothing.
So,
I ain't seen nothing.
But and I just had to kind of learn to like not take it personal. Like that's why they always tell us to, don't be so like into your screen. Look up, survey the crowd, which is what you have to do. You know what I'm saying? In order to get a feel for what people like, what they want, and who's vibing to what. And just go from there. Like I got a thing that I do. And it's a person, like what you just said about their phone. They sitting there on their phone. Or they just sitting there just kind of looking mean, mugging or hard or whatever. And I be like, got my target. Because I'm going to make you do something. I'm going to make you move. I'm going to make you nod your head. You going to do something. Even if you are looking at your phone, you're still going to be like swaying in your chair. You're going to do something. If I don't get you up all the way out your seat.
You going to hear this.
You're going to get it. No diddy. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. Because I know for my 40th, I wanted to do a lot more dancing, but I had to do a lot more talking.
Of course you did.
Because I'm like, I'm in the corner and I'm just getting it. And everybody's like, so Tay, da-da-da. I'm like, I'm trying to get into it. Give me a minute. But,
But
people want to talk.
They didn't come there to dance. They just came just because they know you, they love you, or whatever, they support you or whatever. They didn't really come to dance.
And some of those people I haven't seen in 5-10 years. So that's another reason why a lot of the conversations were being had too.
Right.
That's why a lot of the pictures were being taken. But like you said, that set, I was like, I'm in here. I am in here. I am in this. I'm over here dancing. I'm moving. And people like, we didn't know you could move. Because Shamar was like, I ain't never seen you act like that. I say, and this will be the last that I prepped you. Listen, I prepped Shamar. I say, listen. I say, what you are about to see at this party, you will never see it again. He was like, yeah, whatever. But I got out there and what they said, I could have rubbed. I was dancing. I was moving around. There's always a few songs that you want to hear, but you don't think about it till you gone.
Right.
Oh man, I wish he'd have played this. Oh man, like my favorite group is Bone Thugs and Harmony. What song was you gonna play besides it's the first of the month to get people into it?
Nothing.
Because a lot of people don't know Bone like I know Bone.
Right.
But I was like, that would not have worked in a party setting because a lot of their songs are about weed and I don't smoke.
Right.
So there's that. But yeah, so you say, get out there and do it.
Yeah.
Make sure that's what you want to do.
That's first and foremost.
Get out there and do it. And when you do it, don't take it personal.
No, when you do it, just don't half-ass it. Just do it. Just jump in head first, and just, put your all into it, Because again, you either gonna sink or swim. Which one? What's gonna be for you?
Yeah. And being a creative is I don't know any part of being a creative that's cheap.
Right.
Even if you're a painter, those canvases, those brushes, the paint, the acrylic, whatever it is that they use, we ain't even gonna talk about cameras. The camera I want is still $3,500. That's just a camera and one battery.
Right.
I don't even think it come with a charger for the battery. No lens.
Wow.
$3,500 freaking dollars. The next one I want is about 65, 7, I think. But this isn't cheap.
It's not.
So when you say this is what I want to do,
Right.
understand if you're gonna push, it's all an investment.
Yeah.
How much are you willing to invest in yourself?
And that's the real question. One of the real questions anyway.
Yeah.
Because again, with this, and then people wonder why, good DJs aren't cheap, because we take it serious. And because you got to think about it, we have to prep for it. You have to get like decent equipment. I started out with some trash, but neither here nor there. But then, you got to get your music. So that means being a part of a record pool,
Right.
Then you got to have, decent equipment to take out, and then you not even talking about like the extra like lights and, microphones and speaker stands, speaker cables, because you can't get the little $2 cable from the dollar store. Be somewhere humming.
I was about to say it. It sound like a dang fly trap.
Right.
You don't want that mess. You can't have that.
Nah, you can't. So it's a costly investment, but it'll pay off in the end if you do what you need to do.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So invest in yourself.
That's it.
Take it serious.
You got to.
This community here, as far as Creative Roots Podcast goes, like I've said before, we're building a community, and there have been a plethora of people on here. I don't know if we're at episode 18, 19, or 20. I just know we've been doing this, for a while. And we've been talking to different people, and there's been a lot of insight given all the way from the simplest thing as believe in yourself all the way to find a mentor. Yeah, y'all, these episodes, it's almost like we get deeper and deeper with helping y'all while helping ourselves, if that makes sense.
Right.
Because we've had a lot of people say different things, and I always say there's nobody that's been on here that starts from the same spot, that starts in the same space. Family, people that are not related to me or Shamar, or people that we do and do not know firsthand and personally. We've been around a lot of different beginnings. And again, that's what this podcast is about. Letting y'all know that everybody does not start from the same space or the same place, and there's always room to grow. And we don't do any gatekeeping here, so don't come over here and try to take advantage, but take heed, just listen, pay attention, because we're giving a lot of free game.
Yeah, just start.
Yeah.
Just got to start.
Just start.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So we have a thing where I allowed the guest to ask me a question.
I ain't got nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Nothing?
Mm-mm.
Nothing for me at all?
I don't.
Well, fine. I mean, I don't know. I was preparing myself.
Nah.
No.
You get off easy today. So.
Well, I appreciate that, because these questions sometimes I'd be like, hold on, wait. I retract my statement. Don't ask me nothing. So, well, listen. Again, I appreciate you for being here, because I know you don't like getting in front of the camera.
And don't.
Like me in Arabia, we fight it, but, we do it, So,
because when you go back and watch this, you could probably see me like looking everywhere else.
Oh, we all be looking everywhere else.
So yeah, that's why I try to like just look at you.
Yeah. That's why I had the chairs angle, because we having a conversation. I had to tell, this is not an interview. Shamar said it too. We're not here to interview people. We're here to sit down and have a conversation.
Right.
As two creatives, and then sow seed into those creatives and those others that are watching. Mm-hmm. That's what we're here for.
Right.
Build this community, man. But yeah, so I appreciate you.
No problem.
I appreciate the all.
Yeah.
The allness.
I'm not a talker, so.
Exactly. I'm over here like, I hope you're going to say something today. So how you doing? Good. And on to the next subject, But yeah, so I appreciate you coming in, sitting down with your oldest nephew. I don't care what nobody say. The favorite nephew. Fight me. Y'all want to fight me. Y'all already know. But yeah, so yeah, I appreciate it.
Not a problem, nephew.
Yeah. So listen, this has been another episode of Creative Roots Podcast where seeds sown become visions grown. Oh, before I do that, tell people where they can find you.
Just
because they're gonna need a DJ. They're gonna need a DJ. They're gonna need a real passionate DJ.
Yeah, a professional.
Yes. Not somebody that just press play and go dance on the floor.
Not even just that, showing up on time.
Early.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them don't. And I hear the horror stories and oh my God. And then, yeah, they want to charge out the wazoo, but you showing up with it's like 30 minutes to, before showtime.
Right.
Yeah.
Ain't testing nothing. Lights busted. Mic got feedback and static in it. Yeah.
Yeah. I only had something like that happen to me, and it was my error. I thought I had grabbed my bag with my computer in it, and I didn't. Now, how did I miss one of the key components to doing an event? I don't know. I thought I grabbed it. And the event was in Matthews, Monroe, one of them.
Oh, so you got to drive.
I had to drive all the way back home, and the party started late. I said, never again.
Never.
Mm-mm.
That's how I be feeling about my camera. I'll be halfway to an event and I'll be like, oh, snap. And where I stay at, it take an hour just to get to Charlotte.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, snap. I got to pull over, make sure I threw my case in the trunk.
Mm-hmm.
One day I forgot my gimbal. This event that we were going to did not require a monopod.
Right.
It required me to be in motion the whole time. And I said, this going to be rough. But I got it done though.
Yeah, I got it done too, but I felt like crap afterwards, man. I had to, and the lady was, luckily she was like understanding about it or whatever. But I told her, I said, man, you ain't even got to give me the whole amount, like, because it was my fault that it happened, or whatever. And I was there early, set up and everything, but I was just like, yeah, I don't have my book bag with me.
I forgot the main component.
Yeah,
so they just had speakers.
Yeah. So yeah. But yeah, so I mean, like I said, a lot of DJs aren't professional and they don't, they don't go through the checklist of making sure that they got everything that they need or whatever. But because these horror stories, I'd be like, they did what?
Yeah.
And all because you wanted to pay a cheaper price for this person, you get what you pay for.
Mm-hmm. That's what we tell people too, because we not cheap. We're not expensive, but we're not cheap. Okay. Right. So yeah, just let them people know where to find you at.
You can just find me on IG at I am Kue One, Kueone. Because I don't really do Facebook.
Because you don't do Facebook.
Yeah. So IG is like my preferred social media platform.
Yeah. IG.
Yes,
where we all at. So look us up. But yeah. So listen, this has been another episode of Creative Roots Podcast where seeds sown become visions grown, and we are out.
Peace.
Peace.